have duplicates. Some bosses may not appear at all, but I guess we'll have to see here. We do start off with a boomerang. Actually, not a bad item to start out with in this. You don't know what enemies are going to pop out. Having a stunning item right off the bat is actually pretty nice, in my opinion.
Yeah, thankfully this is not hard mode, so the boomerang actually will work.
Yeah, we are playing on normal difficulty, which is the, just normal game difficulty, so no kind of fancy mechanic changes at all. We did see a really quick map check there. I think I saw a red crystal at Eastern, normal crystal at Desert,
and blue pendant was in Tower of Hera.
Oh, perfect, thank you. Alright, GFE setting up for the Houlihan, gonna be misaligning his camera by hopping off that dock there a little bit, repeatedly. That misaligns his camera enough to cause the game not to know where to put him when he falls, so it sticks him in the Houlihan room. Gonna get a really nice chunk of 225 rupees right off the bat. And immediately gonna head back inside to grab his boomerang, because it spits you out at Link's house.
That's not a bad start, getting the money right off the bat, but Pikapals getting essentially 3 bomb drops, so 6 bombs total. It's not a bad start either for him.
Yeah, the bombs, I was happy just seeing 3 bombs, but seeing another one was actually pretty crazy. 6 bombs gonna be able to take out all of the bomb lock stuff in town. It's funny trying to beat up this stupid penguin with a bush. It's not even a minute, it was like not even 2 minutes in, and we're already getting some funny situations here. We have all these swords littered around the forest as Pikapals heads up to check out what's on the lumberjack ledge, I imagine. GFE finding all of his bombs here. These fish are very far away from home.
And sadly not quite close enough to make it worthwhile to bring over to the bottle vendor.
Yeah, you can bring one of the fishes over to the bottle vendor in town, and he'll give you a lot of drops, and it's actually pretty good if I remember. Like, you get an 8 bomb, a full magic. I think it's an 8 bomb. Some cash and some arrows. It's a little bit of everything. It's actually pretty significant. But yeah, you gotta carry it there. That's the whole problem with it.
I have a feeling if we see one in town, they might do that right off the bat, at least once.
Oh yeah. Yeah, just the heart piece from the drop down. We'll be getting our bunch of items here in town coming up shortly. But we gotta get past this Enox first. Luckily, he doesn't know which way is correct. Just throwing bombs into the forest.
Maybe that's where the Breath of the Wild forest farming came into play. Let's see what Blind's Hideout has to offer. Nice 5 items in here.
Yeah, plenty of bombs. Hoping to get enough rupees to be able to check out the bottle vendor without having to do an extra dip into probably this place right here to get some more rupees. Ooh, hammer's pretty good though.
Yeah, the hammer's a nice find pretty early. Gives him a more reliable weapon.
Yeah, doing tempered sword damage is actually a pretty significant chunk of health for like a lot of normal enemies in the game. A little awkward to swing, of course, but it's better than having no weapon. One thing to note, though, that Hinox we stole in the forest, they actually die instantly to bombs, so you might see a little bit of that, a little bit of usage of that in Randomizer whenever people have, like a dinky fighter sword running around with. You can use those bombs to take out those. Maybe in some kill rooms, like if you have to kill some Hinox and you don't want to like swing your hammer at them dangerously, you can just throw bombs at them. That'll be pretty nice.
Perfect timing for some cash, enough for the bottle vendor and have a little bit left over.
Yeah, we'll be able to buy bombs if we really wanted to, but I don't think we're gonna need to. We definitely have enough. Well, it's not the most expensive arrows you can buy in this game, but it's pretty up there.
Yeah, the worst expensive arrow I've seen is the single arrow for Zora for 500.
Yeah, that's ooh, whoa, blue mail is really great. When you don't know when you're suddenly going to be assaulted by enemies that do a decent chunk of damage. So, really, blue mail, big fan of that one.
Yeah, because they haven't found a lot of heart pieces either. That's a pretty significant find. All the bombs early when he's already capped at his 10 bombs.
Yeah, that figures. It's gonna be, we're gonna get to the end of the seed here, and then we're not gonna have any bombs because none of the chests are gonna give us any. I do like blue Pikachu. All of his little stripes just turned blue. Hey, look, there's more bombs on top of the library.
See if there's anything good at the race game. Nope, just 10 more arrows.
Alright, so we're gonna probably head down to the South Shore now. We're gonna get some really fun... This is where Randomizer fun really starts. There's a lot of enemies down here, and might see some panics running around trying to avoid some really crazy stuff. But maybe not with all these swords sticking out of the field. Those don't really do much.
Yeah, so far it's been pretty tame for how bad the enemies have been. Usually the chicken room at least is pretty bad, but it was just vanilla.
Well, let's hope the enemies here in Mini Moldorm Cave are something we can actually kill. Oh. Yeah, the hammer should work on those as long as you can... You have to really finagle it kind of weird, but it should work. Can you just throw, like, a bomb? Oh my gosh, look at this tactic.
They're mini lemmings.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Nice Quake medallion.
Yeah, nothing but quick so far, but that's... Who knows, might be important. We're gonna take the long walk over here to Ice Rod Cave. Perhaps pretty treacherous, already looking kind of that way. With firebars and beamos everywhere. We're just gonna follow this fire snake to the destination. Oh gosh. That will still kill you, I think.
Yeah. I think that's the most dangerous area we've seen so far. A roller that was blocking the top half and then the chain jump.
Oh. Where did that spike down there come from? That wasn't there before. GFE is actually hopping into the dam first, so we'll be able to see what Pikapals will be skipping out on for just a moment. Not too bad. Hey, that's worth it.
Yeah, for sure that was worth the trek up.
Ooh, that's also worth it. I think Pika's probably going to check out the dam here and might just walk over to Agina's cave. It's the only reason... It's the only thing I would think of doing doing this in like 2 trips, right? You'd go down, just do one side first. Oh no, GFE got mugged. Thankfully has enough bombs that it really doesn't matter. I think that's the only reason you would do 2 trips down here is if you were going to swing over and check out Agina as well.
Yeah, with the way he split it up, obviously the way GFE is going, that's not as optimal a route, so he might go up to Eastern or some other location, but the way Pika ran, it makes sense that to go to the desert area.
GFE's going to bomb both these guys, they're going to fly in the hole. That's what I was hoping Pika was going to do, but I'm glad GFE did it. I don't know, Pika's way was pretty good too, so I guess I can't fault him for that.
As long as it gets the job done, and then we get to enjoy watching it, that's all that really matters.
Alright, let's hope GFE can actually make the trip over here to grab the fighter sword here out of the Ice Rod Cave. It's a little treacherous. Might be able to get some help from this Popo. Stun drop is 1 bomb. That's fine, I guess, but... Oh gosh, run! I do kind of like this riding by Pika. I understand that it's really easy to orphan off this location. So it's, you know, really difficult to come back and check it at any other time than like right at the start when you're checking the dam. So I can see the need to route the way he did just to make sure that he can check that location early on. Pika heading into the castle, looks like, has that fighter sword in hand. I'm gonna hope that we can get through here without dying. Oh, there was a third of our health already.
Yeah, it's not a bad move. He can get the front end of escape. If he doesn't find a lamp or he's not confident doing the dark area, he can then just go to Sanctuary and then go to the back three chests.
Yeah, I'd be curious. Oh yeah, with the glove, it would be really easy to go check those backs.
Yeah.
So he might be able to figure out pretty quickly if there's an item or not inside the dark cross room, depending on if he finds the small key or the map or not. GFE is taking a different route here, heading over to the Eastern Palace area. Gonna be checking out Sahasral's room, and I would typically say at least 5 items in this area, or at least 2 from Eastern Palace, but doing Dark Room in Randomizer is often scary, so we're gonna say at least 1 item this time, because I'm not sure. Depending on the enemy layout, we might not be able to get through that the Dark Room there so easily.
Yeah, it'd be risky to try. Ooh, Fire Rod though, and Mirror. That's a nice find though. Doesn't really help in Eastern, but it's still a nice find.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of both those items. They don't do anything for us quite yet, but pretty soon they might. If we do manage to get past the first room in the first dark room in Eastern Palace, if we somehow manage to get through there alive, the Fire Rod will really help out in getting to the back where Armos is. Well, the boss. We don't know if it's quite going to be Armos or not. Yo, on Pika's side, there was a nice sword just sitting there, so he didn't have to go get a pot.
The slight disadvantage of doing escape now is he doesn't have the mirror to go back to the start as easily. Oh yeah, but then save and quit to Sanctuary, like I had just mentioned.
Yeah, I definitely agree with this. This is like the fastest 3 items you'll possibly get from a save and quit point right here, and then you'll be able to determine if we need to keep that dark cross room in mind or not. Oh gosh. There's a Lionel up there, don't get hit by that. Alright, what do we got here? Well, there's the key. The flippers are here, and the lamp. Okay, well, we can go check it out.
And with that lantern, we know that Death Mountain, all Light World side is in logic.
Yeah, we could go up and do Hera if we wanted to. Wow. And we could go to the east side as well. This Hinox has the key. Oh, Pika got bodied. Oh, geez, and a shadow out of nowhere. Watch out, Pika. He tried to pick up the bomb to throw it back, but it ended up killing the shadow. Oh my gosh. This is like a destruction derby. Alright, we got the Hinox stunned. Gonna long range grab that to hope the snake enemy that doesn't kill you. What is going on here?
Is in there.
Alright, GFE, checking a hint. A piece of heart is a paradox cave. Okay. I'm more interested in what's going on Pika's side. Alright, we're almost there. Oh my gosh, there's two chain jumps. Oh!
and with no big key on GFE side, big key is in vanilla location in Eastern.
Oh gosh, he's got to do the dark room then. He got mugged. There was a thief in there. Okay, the thief died. Pika's giving it a round too.
At least he knows what to expect and he has a bit more hearts.
GFE just got mauled by something.
It'll be interesting to see what it is when GFE goes in there. Sorry, when Pikapals goes there.
I was looking at the health. It was something that did 2 hearts of damage on Blue Mail that hit him. Alright, so GFE giving up on that for now, which is totally understandable, and it looks like he's going to immediately find his lamp. Yep.
And Pikapals going over there to see what Eastern's all about. So we'll actually get to see what's in that room now. But the Dark Cross was just a 20 rupee, so not a huge issue. Or not a huge item for them.
Let's see if GFE also decides to go down and check the Dark Cross. I definitely would in this situation, right? You have the lamp and the key, you might as well. He's gonna get mauled by a chain chomp, just watch.
I mean, the odds are good for that.
I honestly didn't know those little shadow guys did a full heart of damage on blue male. That kind of stinks. Do they just always do a full heart regardless of armor? I know some enemies are like that.
I'm not too familiar with the enemy tables, the damage tables on enemies.
Maybe if they grab red mail, I might ask them to take another hit for me. No, they won't. They won't see that. All right, Pika's going to Eastern Palace. GFE, very deftly evades those chain chomps and grabs the red rupee and is out of here, dude. We don't want to hang around there.
Looks like he's probably going to climb the mountain.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking here. There's really no reason to head all the way back in Eastern Palace just to get the one item and, maybe see a boss that you probably can't kill. So it makes a whole lot of sense to just go ahead and do what you can. I mean, that's a lot of crap in Death Mountain we can go get right now.
Yeah, and there's very few items and it takes a long time to check escape, so this is the more item-dense location.
I'm gonna guess something that does 2 hearts of damage on blue male, huh? There might just be another chain chomp in that Stolfos room where the small key is in Eastern. That's what I'm thinking. What is going on in the top left of the screen, Pikapals? There's like... Oh, it's a mushroom dude. Okay, sure. Did he just fly over from this room?
I don't know. I missed the beginning of that.
Oh, what a great video game. Alright, GFE is on Death Mountain here. It doesn't look too bad, just this little armrest in the way. And we do save the old man. Gets a nice sword out of it. This armrest was kind of dancing around him. Hey, what's that nice sword you got there? Why don't you show me?
Okay, so looks like the big chest or the boss has the last item in Eastern.
Oh, did they find 2?
Green rupee and a 20 rupee compass in the third chest. So this is going to be the big key.
Gotcha. Makes sense to me. Alright, GFE about to check out the hint tile and whatever is up here. Pikapal is about to discover what just killed GFE. Yeah, there's that thief and the picket in that room, and... Oh, it was a Wizrobe. He body checked that Wizrobe. Those do a lot of damage. Actually, those little slug guys also do a lot of damage. I like the long-range bomb detonation with the thing there. I gotta recheck the restream to see what that hint was. Ether is in Tower of Hera. Well, good information, but I don't think it's really going to help us. We're about to find it anyway.
Well, Pika is. Oh, sorry, yeah, GFE is. Yeah, this room is a bit boring in Randomizer. It's a lot easier to complete.
Yeah, you would think that that 4 anti-fairy circle there is actually 4 enemies, but no, it's really just 1. So it only turns into a single enemy rather than 4. Alright, and whatever the boss is, has our last item in Eastern Palace, it looks like. Pikapal's not interested in going all the way up there to figure out who that is. That's good information.
Pyramid Fairy full of love.
Yeah. I did like that BMO shot that GFE barely avoided.
It makes sense though, not going to the Armos Knights area. Even if you can kill, it's probably going to take a long time to kill that enemy with 4 hearts. So might as well just skip it until you're better geared.
Yeah, I agree. 4 hearts and fighter sword, whatever boss that is gonna take a long time. Like, even if it's Helmasaur, sure, we could technically beat him. But that's gonna be a big pain. There is the Foretold Ether, a unique items in Blind's Hideout. Well, that doesn't help. Pikapals setting off the alarm. Watch out, guys, the old man's coming. We're getting a lot of use out of this red boomerang. I'm really happy. It's... what a great find in Randomizer. You kind of take it for granted here. GFE avoiding getting ambushed by the, looked like a Stalfos was jumping down onto the big chest. Yeah, he's just hanging out over there.
So I missed the first couple checks. I think the last item is either on the boss or it's in the coffee room.
Yeah, I think you're right. We've only found just Ether so
Vitreous?
far. Oh, that's Vitreous. Oh, this is a scary... well, he is Master Sword. It's still pretty scary, but not as scary as it was. We might be here a while, but this is definitely doable. This entire right side of the platform isn't going to get hit by lightning at all, so it's actually a pretty nice area to attack the eyes in. Just don't let your concentration go for even a moment, or you're going to get hit by one of these. I don't think he would die in one hit, so that's pretty good still, but you don't want to push your luck. Figures that this is also a pendant dungeon, so we might not actually... oh, this is all dungeons, never mind. We will have to do this. Finally, some of the eyes are starting to die after so many spins.
Just 3 more little eyes left to go.
It looks like it's 6 hits. Is it just 6? I thought it'd be a little more than that, but this damage table says it's only 6 hits to take out a small eye with tempered class damage. Hey, I am perfectly fine with this strat. Stay safe. You don't want to have anything go wrong right at the end of this. You've already spent so much time. And down goes the boss and drops us the bow. Heck yeah.
So I believe that was obvious the second item. So coffee break room is not needed.
Sounds like the map's down there, so that's really great. Not only do you not have to do all that, the bow's a great find. I'm a big fan of that. We'll see if they go tackle Eastern. Probably not. I don't think... I mean, this is Randomizer, obviously. We don't know who the boss there is. I don't think the bow will tempt them to go there.
It might for GFE to see what the extra item is.
That's
Especially
true.
if they don't find the Moon Pearl, that might be the item that they need to get.
Whoa. Did you take a look at that item there on the floating island?
I initially missed it, but I'm going to catch it on the restream.
Oh.
Flute.
That is the flute. And, we do have the mirror, but we need those Titan mitts, but just the mitts, and we got our nice flute access there. I guess once we have those mitts, we can grab the flute, and then that'll give us access to desert and the mire area too, so it's actually going to be pretty good. Oh, Pika, watch out! No. Takes a fall there, only has half a heart left. Not going to be able to take any of these emergency hearts. It's going to have to take it a little safe here on this one. Oh, I really hope that Pika doesn't bail out of this. Oh gosh!
That looked like an intentional death.
Was it?
He didn't bother to try to move away from the eye.
I wonder if he didn't think it was going to come up there. Is what I was thinking, but he still swung at it, so that made me think that maybe he was trying. I'm not sure. You might be right. Either way, Pika's gonna be missing out on that bow, which... uh-oh.
Well, the bow doesn't really unlock anything right away, so it's not a huge deal right now.
That's true. It is entirely possible to have optional bow seeds. I mean, we know that won't be the case this time because Pod is going to be required And we are just the Moon Pearl away from being able to fully clear pod. Well, depending on what the boss is, I guess.
So just a bottle, so have an item on Sick Kid. Otherwise, nothing really else in Eastside Death Mountain.
Yeah, that's surprising. Just nothing over there. So, the logic still has to place the bow before the boss of Eastern Palace because of it doesn't like check for enemies that aren't bosses. So it is still before that. So I wonder if that is supposed to push them to whoever the boss is in Eastern Palace if Sitka doesn't have anything here.
Well, they still have the water check, so Waterfall Fairy, Hobo, and Zora.
That's true. That is, I would definitely go check all those before Eastern Palace.
But with nothing on Sick Kid, I believe that's the last thing they can check before Eastern. Well, I guess they could do Aga. But would you do Aga 1 before you do Eastern? Or at least see what the boss in Eastern is?
I think no, I probably wouldn't. I would probably go fill up my magic in case it's cold stare, which is done already. Come down here rather, check all these flipper locations. And then if I didn't get anything, oh gosh, watch out for this guy. He will kick your butt. Okay. Maybe, hopefully get the last 2 rupees I need to fight Zora? No. I mean, we can try to fight Zora. I would like to fight Zora. To buy Zora's item. And then, if that's all nothing, just try to get Eastern Palace, because it's not high probability that... Okay. That the Moon Pearl will be on the pyramid. And it's not, because we just found it right there.
So that's the Dark World access. Immediately giving up the flipper locations to start checking more item dense locations.
Wow, that's actually a little surprising for me. I figured that he would just go finish off the waterfall and stuff, but no, not interested in that.
Then again, with the mirror, he can get up there pretty easily if he checks Catfish.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, that makes a whole lot of sense. Never mind. GFE knows what he's doing. That's why I'm not playing.
Surprise spike.
Great.
Looks like Peak setting up for the Houlihan room as well.
Yeah, this is the other guaranteed way of getting the Houlihan. You can set up a bomb jump. You can just blow yourself into this tomb, and it takes you to Houlihan. Surprise.
So he's probably thinking the water checks in Zora as well. Hype Cave, which is money and love, with some 10 arrows.
Yeah. Not a whole lot. It's not enough for both Zora and Pod. So I'm a little curious to see what GFE's decision will be about this. Pikapals, that guy might kill you. Okay.
Probably Pod first. He has, unless the boss is Trinex or some other weird boss, he has the items to clear it, so, and it probably has more items.
Yeah, it's more than likely we'll be able to get enough cash there to compensate. GFE is instead going into escape.
Not a bad play. Check the 3 items here, then mirror back out, go back to pyramid.
Makes sense to me. I think he mirrored kind of far away. I think he got a little bit closer there, but that's fine. Pikapal's gonna check out all of it right now, despite just getting the Moon Pearl for more access. We'll see what GFE's leaving behind for just a little bit. There's a guard water walking.
It's a good thing they didn't try to do fake flippers.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I wonder what will happen if he takes damage. Will he just he'll soft lock or something?
Well, no, they have actual flippers.
They have crazy advanced. They have the level 2 flippers that actually let you walk on water rather than, you know, swim. Alright, this is gonna be like the laggiest place. Oh, especially with the octo balloon there. It's gonna explode and put 8 more sprites or 6 more sprites on the screen.
Thankfully, he got it out of the way before it actually exploded. But there's another one.
Oh my gosh. I like how the Octorok just can't walk on the water. He's certainly trying. I mean, you'd think that of all enemies, the ones that natively are aquatic could at least walk on water. Wow, just a heart from Zora.
Not a bad thing this early, but for 500 rupees, that's pretty expensive.
Alright, Pika gonna be taking their first dip into the Dark World here. Gonna be finding nothing in the Hype Cave, and gonna be meeting up with GFE here pretty shortly. Yeah, I'm curious to see if GFE is going to go up to Catfish and Mirror and do Zora stuff, or just head right into Pod. It doesn't have enough money for both, but it's going to be really close. That'll give enough money for both, but nope.
Looks like he's going up to Catfish.
That makes sense. You want to, if you're going to go into a dungeon, you want to be sure, as sure as you can, that you can complete it. Thanks, Randomizer. That was pretty funny. I usually, you know, pick up that rock and take it up there to take out the enemy, but it was just a fish.
Yeah, the muscle memory of that. Lionel's standing on water.
At least their shots kind of stop there on the cliffside. Oh, this one might not be so nice though. Okay. Whew.
So Pika doing another divergence, going to Stumpy, probably doing the digging game right after.
This makes sense because Pika doesn't have the bow. I think if Pika had the bow, the ride would be really different right now. But we'll get a couple additional checks here. Well, blue potion from the Catfish, not exactly progression or anything, but definitely welcome.
Well, there's his pod money.
Oh wow, yeah, I forgot about that 300 right there. That's pretty convenient, actually.
So what do we need? Ice Rod, Hook Shot, and then all the bosses are technically possible?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's a good point. That Ice Rod, of course, gonna be our insurance against a sudden Trinex. Might still be a little scary to fight him since we do only have Master Sword. I guess we have the hammer too. Depending on the arena though, that might be really awkward. Pika heading on to the North Dark World, or the Northwestern Dark World entrance. After, oh excuse me, after checking out what the sick kid has, I think. Unless he already did that. Did he already do that?
Yeah, Pika checks the kid.
Okay. So, yeah, I think it's unfortunate that Pika died to Vitreous because that bow would totally change how this is going to go, or this routing right now. It's actually pretty crazy how different it would be. I think GFE, though, is going to be taking our other option of going into Pod, but also may very well just go left. I think if he was going left, he would have just walked down into the left, so I think this is actually...
Yeah, he's going right.
Area. That's good. Alright, so we'll see all of Pod, and we'll see whatever boss is there, and hope that we can beat it. It's likely that we can, though it might be a little scary, unless it's Mothula.
And Pikapals can full clear up to the boss of Skullwood, so this is not a terrible check either. Get this out of the way if the boss is friendly enough.
Well, that's true, we do have a fire rod and a sword to get to the boss, so... Makes a lot of sense knowing which... There's a lot of guards here, what the heck?
And with early big key, at least you can get the big chest right off the bat.
And Hinox is a little... You just stun those, right? They stun with the boomerang. He stopped for a second. Oh gosh, suddenly Wall Master. That's one thing you gotta watch out for. They're not even... I mean, they are normally in this dungeon, but definitely not in this room. It's the bomb jump just in time. Might just take a death warp here. Like
Probably
walk out and back
yeah.
in. Yeah. He'll just fall after getting this item on the right side, probably. I totally just missed what was in that key GFE found. Oh, must have been a key because he's already up here.
Ooh, that roller in pod.
Oh, I see it. It was just hanging out up there. Pikapals check the front Hapisco Woods, but is leaving before checking any more. So we're not going to see that back. Ooh, there's our map check there. Crystal 6 at Mire. And I saw a pendant at Swamp.
Swamp was green pendant, Thieves Town was red pendant.
Alright.
I mean, not that they really make that much of a difference, but the green pendant,
Right.
at least, if Sahashala has something.
Right, of course. This being all dungeons, we're going to be doing them all anyway, but it's sometimes good to know. I mean, I guess we do already know what the big bomb is, don't we? So that doesn't matter.
So all that's really
it's
left
not that
is
important.
all that's really left is the pedestal, and that's more if they conveniently get the pendants and are in the area.
Yeah. Both our runners just found separate fire shields. So I'm going to guess they're both going to have the mirror shield here in not for too long. Very nice taking out those shadows there.
Ooh, that chain chomp.
That's not a good spot for a chain chomp. Oh gosh, that one over there is kind of a butt too. At least the amount of lag might make... Look at this Banty Fairy! The lag might make this a little easier to navigate, actually. There you What did GFE find over here? Just keys. There's another chain chomp. Oh my gosh. There's a... What is that? That one's changing. That one's... Oh gosh, he's not leashed anything. He's loose.
So Thieves Town is a fun, and 2 rollers. I didn't see the second one.
Oh my gosh. Look at this. This is awful. I think you're gonna have to take a hit from this guy. Yeah, there's no... Unless you want to like just bomb. I'd rather just take the single hard damage. Well, we found 3 dungeon items in the front part of Thieves Town here. We found both the map and compass, and of course the big key, because you have to. So we're gonna go a little deeper. Hopefully find something of use here.
I haven't been paying too much attention, but I don't think GFE's found anything useful so far in pod.
Yeah, mostly just keys, but we're about to get to the meat of the dungeon back here. I say as he picks up another small key. In the compass. Oh no. Alright, you have 3 keys here, so you do want to go down just to make sure. Oh, I like the spectral enemies here in this room. It's so cool. Except the guy throwing bombs at you, he's not that cool. I like that stunned ping one. Or what? No, he was sliding.
Oh,
What is
God.
going on?
This is an evil, evil room, and I love it.
I'm too busy laughing. GFE died and that really sucks, but all I can do is laugh at that room. What killed him? Oh, the Hinox just dashed at him and ate him. That stings. Wait, is there a chicken here? I love Randomizer. It's so funny.
At least this room is a bit more nice.
Oh, I saw the heart. I was gonna say that would be the perfect time for the Sankheart.
I could be wrong, but I think I heard Sankheart was Zora. GFE menued in save and quit too early, but I heard multiple heart beeps.
Oh, you might be right then, yeah. Oh my gosh. This Hinox is blowing up the switch, so it's moving on its own.
I don't think Pikapals wants to check the hint anymore. He wants to get out of here.
That's not a bad call. Holy cow, dude.
Bombos and Pod.
That's all 3 medallions then. Nice. Ooh, nice boomerang throw there by Pika, hitting that tech type before it ate his face. Boy, I bet Pikapals would really like that item right now.
Yeah, GFE is I think gonna make good use of it in this dungeon.
Yeah. I love that chicken, dude. Alright, GFE is heading towards the boss, so we'll be able to see if we can actually finish this dungeon right now or not. Pikapals is also heading towards the boss. Funny enough, you don't actually have to save the maiden in Randomizer. Even if the boss is blind, the maiden is just not there. You don't have to save her. The boss is always there. Alright, let's see. Who we got? I hope GFE finds blind.
That'd be pretty fitting.
And Pika's gonna really hope that hint isn't anything important, but that was such a pain. That's a really nice position for Helmasaur, near the bottom. I wouldn't be too unhappy to find a full heart. But there really wasn't anything else here other than a shield, maybe? No, I don't think the shield was here. So it's all bad.
Yeah, Shield I think was in the chess game.
That's right.
I think what I want to see, because I think it always is kind of crazy looking, is Helmasaur in Skullwoods.
Yeah. Wait, that fire snake just... Ooh, tempered sword, nice. It is blind!
I'm not sure that's commentator curse, but it's a pretty good thing to call.
Yo, this is easy. Just sword beam him. This is great. This room is huge compared to his normal room. Oh, tempered sword is great for Randomizer. This is really great. I'm a big fan of this.
So now when Pikapals goes back up to Tower of Hera, it's going to be a breeze.
Oh yeah, he's got the tempered sword, and there's a chain chomp right there. I don't know if you want to hop down. Okay. Do what you want. GFE grabs their second dungeon victory here. Gonna be checking out the map. I don't even know if they've checked that yet, actually. And gonna be going where? Mire and do Ishin right now? Yeah.
Looks like it. Pretty good play.
I think so, yeah. Gonna be able. He knows there's at least one item in here to get, so perhaps even if he can't make it to the boss, he'll get something cool out of the big chest. He won't, but it's a thought that counts.
And then we get to finally see what the boss is. 10 hearts, blue mail. They're gonna start skipping a lot of the hearts now.
Pika's gonna loop around here, check out the catfish, and maybe walk down to the pyramid and pod. Man, really needs to get up there to check out the bow, which to be fair, didn't really unlock anything from Pod. I mean, we got what, Bamos and Berna. That's it. Nothing
Yeah.
too amazing.
Well, Burno technically would unlock logic for Spike Cave, but GFE's not going to go up there until he gets the mids, I don't think.
That's true. Yeah, that's probably a good assumption. I'm interested to see if the boss of Eastern actually does give us something. Since the bow didn't unlock anything immediately useful, I would think that the bow is going to... I always think in terms of item changes. I don't know if it's good or not, but it seems to work out for me. So I'm going to imagine Spike Cave or the Eastern boss is going to have something of use.
We'll find out relatively soon.
Oh yeah, that was the other bottle. Yeah, free blue potion, very nice. No, Pikapals just gonna save and quit and head out. Maybe a little reluctant to go into pod, or maybe just really wants revenge. No, we are going... You know, the crazy play here would be to go to Swamp, but I don't know about that.
But you have 4 guaranteed chests that you can check, but it would take a long time to check them.
That took an awfully long time to check them, yeah. With no guarantee of being able to finish. Oh my gosh, here's this room. This actually doesn't look all that bad compared to some rooms like this I've seen. Okay, that was a breeze. Pikapals is heading over to the Eastern, or the Eastern Dark World area. I'm surprised that he saved and quit out of Catfish instead of just walking down to check the pyramid and then going to pod. Maybe he had a different thought and like changed his mind.
Or he knows this is maybe slightly faster, I'm not sure.
You see that freeze frame on GFE's screen? There were like 12 whiz rooms. Whiz room hats. Oh, the room after this is going to be great because of all the enemies in it. There's 8 enemies in here.
Oh yeah, I see the Wizard of Hats on the restream. Oh, that looks like a fun room already.
He's going to lose all of his arrows. Oh, Bamos! That works.
And a full magic refill after that.
2 of them even. Alright, who's our boss? Ooh. Oh no, see ya! Alright, well we are gonna need to find that ice rod then, huh? Alright, Pikapals, gosh. It does have a potion, so we'll be able to potion glitch to check everything except the boss, which is unfortunate because just because we know what transpired with the death right before getting the bow, that's really gonna come back and sting. It takes a long time to walk back to this dungeon just because of the nature of the back and forth travel through the hedge maze and stuff, and then going through so many doorways down those dark rooms and all that. It all really stinks. GFE coming up to, I guess, do both Skullwoods and Thieves Town. Pika didn't go to the back of Skullwoods. I'm not sure how many items we saw in the front, but he only
I don't think we saw anything.
Nothing? Really? Wow.
Because we got big key first one, small key, map, compass. So he didn't even go farther than that.
Oh yeah, he didn't even go back to the statue pole chest in the back. Let's see if GFE does that though. We can do all of this, so that's really surprising that Pika didn't just went in there to find nothing, despite having the fire rod to go further. I don't know.
Again, maybe the equipment he figures come back when he's more equipped.
Yeah, it's true. But I would be used to Randomizer putting me into some pretty awful, pretty under-equipped situations. So I don't know if I would shy away. We saw how they both tried to fight Vitreous, how they did, so they were pretty prepared to do some low health things.
But you don't even need that bottle for that room.
Oh, that's right.
You
were talking about the potion glitch and stuff. Oh my gosh, these fast guards are crazy. Oh
If only
man,
he had
that's a
checked
good
that
item.
chest.
I
I
think
mean,
you
it
did.
doesn't unlock anything, but it's a nice item to have.
It's a great item to have, yeah. Once we find those mitts, we can do all of Turtle Rock.
Well, it can get to the boss. Whether they can complete it is another matter.
Yeah, that'll be a little scary. I don't know if I would want to do that. Like, go all the way through Turtle Rock just to be unable to fight the boss. Speaking of bosses, Jiffy is heading back to the molecular room. We'll be able to see who are the bosses over here. A lot of bosses work very silly on the conveyor belt in this room, so hopefully we'll get something pretty great.
I think the only crazy one I've seen a clip of is the Helmosaur tailspin.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
the
unfortunate
Helmcopter.
Wallmaster though.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. Luckily, I didn't lose too much magic. Was using the lamp to light the torches, so we'll still have all of our magic to get back there, just in case it happens to be cold stare or something. Conserving magic is really important right
But he
here.
has bombos, so
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, man, Bombos is pretty important in this, huh? Just so you don't have to worry about that. Alright, Pikapals heading into the depths here. Gonna be getting King of Berna soon? And yeah, Bombos, that's right. Alright, who do we got? Oh boy!
look at that tail go.
Helmosaur is trying to lift off, but the game will not let him. He's stuck in this hole. Maybe he'll go this time. Look how fast it's going, dude! He's trying. He's about to Helmosaur. Oh my gosh.
This is
I
so.
can't stop laughing. I can't stop laughing, I'm sorry. Oh no! The engine has broken. Helmosaur is coming in for a crash landing.
Just for a heart piece, a heart container.
It's the black box of the ship.
So while that was happening, Pikapals found all the items he could in Palace of Darkness. And he's thinking the same thing, see what the boss is in Eastern. Gonna find out it's Trinex and he can't actually do it.
Oh yeah, even Pikapals even like checked the big chest, so he doesn't have any other incentive, other than the boss. So that's gonna be really unfortunate, having to walk all this way and find out that the boss here isn't beatable. Hopefully we'll make it there without dying. I don't think the enemies were too dangerous though. In the first dark room that he'll be in.
No, they shouldn't be that bad.
Yeah,
He does have the blue potion if he needs it though, and a red potion as the first bottle.
That's true. And the tempered spin will probably just take care of everything in there anyway. Alright, GFE heading down into the Thieves Town area, probably? No, we're gonna take a peek over here at Bunker first, which I don't think was anything important. Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah, it's gotta take the safe way around. That chain chomp can be a little bit of a jerk.
Yeah, Pikapals got through that pretty easily. So as annoying as it will be for him to come in here, not actually be able to defeat the boss, he at least will have knowledge that he needs the ice rod, and he doesn't have to come back until he gets that.
Yeah, that's true. It's just this is a long way to walk. It really is. Hopefully next time he comes back here, he'll be able to run. GFE checking out the ledge here, which is I think the only thing he'll be able to check over in this area. Like he's already done the catfish and stuff, so he doesn't need to walk over there. So either he's gonna walk back to town or just kind of peace out and go where? I don't know where else you would go. I think Thieves Town is kind of the obvious play here.
Yeah, there's not much else they can do. I think the only thing else in logic is Swamp Palace.
Oh, yeah, that's a great point. Man, that stinks. But I think that's gonna be inevitably what we're gonna have to do. Yeah, we don't have a green pennant turn or anything. There's always Spike Cave. I might do Spike Cave before heading to Swamp Palace. I think that's reasonable.
I think Pika has a bit more incentive to go up there to finish off Tower of Hera as well.
Yes, that's a great point. So he'll probably be doing that soon after he does whatever it is he's doing over here.
Probably go up to the Skull Woods and get the 2 items you missed there.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Pika skipped the back half of Skull Woods. GFE got to be getting the Tempered Sword here very soon. We'll be really happy about that, and we'll have just smooth sailed through Thieves Town. Nice, coming down this way, he'll get the Tempered Sword first. Not that it's going to matter really against the boss. I guess the boss was Helmasaur, it'll help marginally against Helmasaur. I'd be interested to see if GFE just goes and fights the boss and leaves, right? And doesn't go downstairs. That'd be pretty interesting.
There wasn't really anything down there, so it wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, that's true. Though, I would be a little wary because 3 dungeon items were in the first, so 3 actual items were deeper in, so it'd be really scary to skip all 3 of those items. We'll see what happens.
But if he goes through the boss first, then he can at least know once he gets the last item, he can mirror back to the entrance.
Yeah, that's true. He won't have to walk all the way back up if he knows that the maiden is just gone. I do think this is a really funny spot for King of Samaria, right? He'd love to use Samaria to fix this room easily, but not today. Oh, Chain Chomp's eating GFE's face. That's a great freeze frame.
We'll also get to see his reaction to that one room.
Oh, with the spikes? Yeah, that'll be great. Speaking of spikes, here's a small taste of what's to come. Yeah, that 10 arrows was the only item up here in the front half of Thieves Town. Whoa, what the heck? These mimics are crazy on this. Because they don't fall, right? They don't fall like other enemies, and they don't get stopped by holes either. So they just kind of move over them. Something was happening there. I don't know. It looked silly. That's all that mattered.
At least the enemy to kill to get the key for Pikapals is a lot easier than the Gibdo. Everybody,
We had dual Helmasaur fights.
Yeah. One funny
Sorry,
helicopter.
Maybe they're like, I don't know, maybe that's his meeting dance or something for the other one. It's funny every time, dude. I can't believe this.
And GFE finishes a little bit sooner because no conveyor belt to worry about.
Unless we're trying to lift off, but his mom won't let him. Oh gosh, he goes so far down on the screen, it's actually pretty hard to get in there and hit him, isn't it? Pika getting out of there with only 3 health left. Alright, GFE did finish the boss immediately and is opting to go back in and check out the last 3 items at the bottom. It's really hard to leave 3 items behind. I can't blame him for this.
Yeah, it makes sense. Like I said, he can just mirror it out afterwards.
And Pika now realizing, well, crap, I left something really important up at Hera. Oh, well, might decide to check out Spike Cave first, or
Come down a swamp, yeah. I mean, it is the more item dense location.
Yeah, it is. I'm just so iffy about coming in here without the hook shot. But all right, here's GFE's Spike Room, or at least half of it. Yo, okay, well, we're gonna be able to see the hint. There's another giant spike on the hint.
That's an important hint.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's not critical, but it is really time savvy.
Well,
especially in this situation when you can't even get to the back.
It's important to know, especially when you're coming into Swamp for a progression item.
Yeah,
so
on the left
GFE is
side.
going to know to skip it. Pikapals isn't. So realistically, we know there's only 2, maybe 3 chests to check now, if they get the big key early.
Yep, that's absolutely true. Dang, that really sinks for Pika skipping out on that. Oh man, that's unfortunate thing number 2. Or maybe 3 if you count the Trianex thing in Eastern Palace. What is this vanilla room?
Well, if you actually think about it, Eastern Palace is not... It's a time neutral between the 2 runners because GFE had left once through because of the Death and Dark room, went back to clear those chests and then find out the boss, so he'll have to triple dip as well.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Man, that's actually a really important hint right now, isn't it? Dang, that really puts off the value of this place. I would definitely check Spike Cave first in this situation.
Well, if Pikapals knew that, he would know 2 possible items in Swamp or 2 possible items in Death Mountain with Hookshot, sorry, not Hookshot, Spike Cave and the last item in Tower of Hera. But also knowing that as commentators, we know it's either Spike Cave or the next chest in Swamp through outer locations.
Yes, we know everything. We can judge them accordingly for not knowing what we know. Man, I can't believe GFE's coming all the way over here to the dig game. You should know that there's nothing... No, I'm kidding. Alright, Pika's coming upon the one chest we can get. If it's the big key, I guess we can get another one, but... Oh my dog! He's gone, dude. He's out of here.
So that's actually pretty good. He's still not going to know the hint, but if he hits Go mode before he comes back to Swamp, it's just as good as if he had read the hint.
Yeah, that's true. He is actually pretty high probability to completely skip that location now. And I think Pika's going to go get revenge on Vitreous and then head over to East Death Mountain. So this is actually pretty great now.
Yeah, finally something went Pika's way.
Oh yeah, this will be really great. That's super great. GFE, I don't think it's going to be too far behind, though. There's not a whole lot before he has to jump into Swamp.
All he had left was Spike Cave, but he's in the area of Swamp, so it makes more sense to come down here.
It sure does. Grabbing those mitts almost immediately after, and knows not to go any further as well. So I'm thinking, gosh, yeah, we can do all of Turtle Rock now, and probably the boss, though not guaranteed to do the boss. Desert is looking okay. Oh yeah, we're getting the flute. That's right. That's why I said that. Desert's looking okay after getting that flute, though we don't have the boots, of course, to guarantee the finish. We can do the same with Mire. Go in there and hopefully be able to finish it.
do you do the more item dense location of Turtle Rock first, or do you do the Desert Mire play, which might be a little bit faster to check?
I'm not sure. I think I would probably head into Turtle Rock. It's highly likely that you're going to be able to finish it. And if you can't, you'll at least be able to do it. You'll most likely be able to finish it right before GT, so it won't be that bad. I get going all the way through there the second time really stinks, but it's really hard to not do it at all just in case you can't, right? Maybe the ice rod will just be right over here in the hookshot cave.
But they can't check any of the items in there. They don't have the boots to check the lower one, and they don't have the hookshot to check the others.
Good point. All right.
But they'll go in there to get the flute, though.
That's right. I don't know why I keep thinking we have the hookshot. We definitely do not have the hookshot. In fact, so that'll be a fun hookshot cave once we actually, you know, are able to do it.
Oh, that's pretty evil having that there.
We can go do Ice Palace, I guess. I'd be more inclined to cash in this flute, honestly.
It looks like Pikapals is going to Turtle Rock. It took a bit for GFE to realize that that was the only item he needed to get in here. Almost forgot the hint.
Ooh, I think I know what we're going to find in here. Alright, so the book is locked behind Kane. That is highly likely to be Turtle Rock, though it could also just be Vitreous. And
it could also be Ganon's Tower.
Yeah, it could also just be nowhere in Ganon's Tower. I guess, but I'd rather find it. Let's find it. That'll give Pika another thing to do here on the mountain. You'd probably, you know, absolutely just mirror and go over there and check it out.
Yeah, that'd actually be good for him to check either and then just get his bow at the same time.
Pikapals did remember to go the correct way because we do not have the hookshot quite yet.
GFE has the same thoughts in mind. Come up to Death Mountain with the newly acquired mitts.
Okay, so this will be kind of the same for both runners. They might both have to double dip Turtle Rock here, but at least that would be nice.
That's a pretty nice room compared to vanilla.
Yeah, I'll say those rollers are definitely not nice. I like this mini Moldorm here. He doesn't know what he's doing. How did he even get here? And his buddy's over here. Did you find a way out yet? Nope. This room is also very nice comparatively.
Kind of useless bug net for these runners.
Gosh, they had a pincer formation there. Oh no, Rupee! Alright, GFE gonna be hot on Pika's tail, gonna be heading in here very shortly. I don't know, I'm still thinking the book is probably on Laser Bridge, right? No, not on Laser Bridge, I'm thinking it'd be on Laser Bridge. No, that's not what that hint meant. It wouldn't be on Laser Bridge. It'd be on the boss. Sure. I think the boss would be the only other location in this dungeon that is considered Samaria blocked.
There's also the roller room, which we've seen, and then the compass chest. So yeah, probably the boss is the last one.
Right, but those aren't Samaria blocked by the
No,
item piles.
according to the hint log, compass chest, roller room left and right, and boss are Samaria blocked. But we already saw those chests.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah,
the-
yeah. Okay, yeah, yeah. That's what I meant. That Trinix was the Trinix, or the boss rather was the last available one. Yeah, yeah. We are on the same page. Got it. Oh, Mimic Cave might be pretty funny. I am so more interested in. I feel kind of bad. I'm a little more interested in all the crazy enemies that we see than I actually am in the rooms.
I mean, with Randomizer, that's kind of to be expected. What wacky combinations can the randomizer think up?
Hey,
Not a
13.
bad, yeah, not a bad health refill at that time.
Yeah, we don't know if we're gonna get like a chain chomp in the middle of the dark Samaria maze. That would be a pretty awful spot for one of those, and that full health is definitely gonna help out if that happens to be the case. GFE also remembering does not have the hook shot. Good job, both runners. The security in this room is downgraded.
Had no more money for rollers. Had to settle for just a small spike.
That fire snake is not having a good day, though he did happen to go in the exact right spot to be in the way twice.
Less about being in the exact spot as more it's not couldn't really move out of the spot.
Oh dang. I always hope that enemy is an anti-fairy. That one with a little bridge. Oh yeah, we're getting some use out of the mirror shield, huh? Oh, that spark there almost got Pika.
I think one of the few times people aren't really sad about having the mirror shield. No boots.
Yeah.
I mean, they have Burna if they really needed it, but mirror shield makes it so much easier.
Yeah, that's true. That was easy peasy just walking through there. Oh gosh. Spikes make this actually a little more annoying, huh? And there's still a big pokey enemy.
Okay, what boss are we gonna see now?
Let's play Who's That Pokemon?
Vanilla.
He's got the book, right? He has to have the book.
Oh, this is in Ganon's Tower? Yeah, he has the book.
Probably has the book. Unless it's on the Mire boss, but we can't go there yet. We don't have actually access to Mire quite yet. Without the hook or the boots. Pikapals about to go activate the flute. And then I imagine we'll go see some desert. Pikapals also, unfortunately, because he could not fight the boss, did not go into Hera. So we still do not have the bow. That would have been so convenient if he could have fought the boss, because then after the boss he would have been spat out of the turtle's mouth. And that would have been prime time to head back over there to Hera.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate, but you'll obviously have to get that eventually. It's in all dungeons.
Yeah, that's a good point. When Pika starts running out of locations, he's gonna just be clearing dungeons he can clear. And the boss, this is Randomizer. It's not like the boss is it's not like the bow is blocking anything too important other than Pod, right? But
Pod
already cleared
boss
everything
had
on Pod.
nothing, so
right. So
realistically, it doesn't clear. Yeah, it doesn't lock anything for him.
Yeah, So I don't think Pika's going to be hurting too much actually not having that bow. As much as we talked about earlier, there's a chicken in here. I don't think it's actually going to matter all that much.
It just would have been more convenient. Oh, there's the hook shot.
Nice. Big fan of that.
So now he can do mire. So the mire welcome mat.
Oh, that's true. We'll get the book out of here. There's the cape. Might as well take that. That does not hurt to have an Randomizer. Yeah, I would expect a mire probably clear. And
Or at least
hopefully we'll
get
have
to
something by then.
yeah, or at least get to the boss to see what it is.
Oh, we're gonna need those boots. Is that a penguin? Yeah, okay, it is. I'm sliding on the sand and got like transparent. Wow.
Now, do you steal a key knowing that you need the boots to come back here?
No, I would very seldomly bother stealing the key, I think.
Yeah, I think I've only seen one instance where it actually helped. Unless this is the welcome mat for desert. Oh, just another bottle. But
Yeah.
very nice to have.
GFE had a little didn't know what he wanted to do about this guy. You can go down there and you can swing at it. Okay, that's what he did. Oh no, did he burn it through it?
I think he did.
Oh my gosh, the arrow certainly doesn't do anything. The silvers do, but regular arrows do not.
Yeah,
Oh gosh,
Pika going into mire.
yeah, I've only got 2 items in here, but it seems like the best possible spot to go right now. It's another boss, another dungeon you might be able to finish. Who knows?
Well, now only
I'm just trying
Trinex
to
is the
think
boss
here.
we can't do. We can do all other bosses except for Trinex now, so
Oh, that's
it's
true.
not a bad thing.
Yeah, Vitreous. Or no, I'm sorry, not Vitreous. Argus won't be of any scary for us. Yep, that's the good term, right there. Yo, thanks Hinox for bombing these guys for me. There's so many of them. Ooh, nice fairy drop. Yeah, grab that. I'm trying to think here, just in terms of an item chains. It's more likely that we're gonna find something awesome up in Spike Cave now, I feel, but it makes a whole lot of sense just to go ahead and do Mire right now. Man, I'd be really annoyed if I went to Spike Cave right after this and still didn't have the Ice Rod to go inside. Maybe that'll give him another incentive to go into Hera. Like, he'll be walking right past it again.
Yeah, Hera, and then while he's up there, then he'll check Hookshot Cave for 4 more items.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna hope. What is going on? There's a stamp on GFE's screen trying to kill him.
Although I wonder if he thinks to do ice now, too. Has 3 extra hints.
Oh my gosh, that's a good point. We haven't seen anything in Ice Palace yet. And we have the hook shot to make everything in logic, whatever that means, in Ice Palace. GFE's heading to Spike Cave.
It's the only thing I can think of to do up here.
Pretty low on health and pretty low on magic, so unless we get a fairy drop out of one of these, we might be cutting it a little close. Use half magic as our first item, Mire.
That's pretty handy to have.
Yeah, I'll say.
Well, he does have a blue bottle, and he has a red bottle as well, so he should be able to do this pretty well. Now, if I
Oh,
remember the key logic, if you get a small key in that smaller torch room, the big key is in the cutscene room.
that's also how I understand it, yeah. And we did see that Spike Cave was just more bombs, so nothing up there. I mean, GFE isn't maxed on bombs, so they were actually useful, I guess. If I was GFE and since I, know what's on the left side of Swamp, I would almost be tempted just to head back in there and potentially finish it right now. But man, still not having the Ice Rod is a little scary.
Well, he
Alright, what's
has to
this
go
here?
to Mire Shed first.
Yeah. So he'll probably just hide in the mire while he's in the area then. Yep, well, it still rings true, I guess. That was definitely the big key.
Although with the mitts now, and if he's in the area, he could also do the beginning of the Smith sequence and Hammer Peg.
Yeah, that's true. Pika did just get a hint about the purple chest not having anything of worth, so like, at least we'll be able to skip that.
Yeah, that's why I thought of the Smith chain. Completely forgot about it until now.
Yeah, of the key areas that the myths actually unlock, we still haven't seen the Smith stuff or Ice Palace yet. There's the other Admire. Now we're gonna go see if we can beat the boss.
Half Magic wasn't too terrible a find, but otherwise Mire didn't really have anything too useful.
Yeah. It is one of our 5-6 crystals, but I mean, I guess we already know that. Yeah, I guess we already have the hint that there's nothing in the big bomb, so never mind. It couldn't even be the ice rod or the bow anyway. That figures.
Yeah, we found it relatively early that it was Piece of Heart and Heart Container. Unless they really want more hearts, but I doubt these runners would.
That's a long haul. I'd rather just go get a potion with that time spent. Alright, GFE not even gonna head in the desert actually, gonna just head right into Mire. And Pikapals gonna be finding out very soon if we can actually beat this dungeon, or if we have a third Trinex.
I mean, it's not a terrible play. If he finds nothing in Mire, he could easily just mirror to Desert right afterwards.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I think I would, just a personal thing, I would probably just check Desert anyway, like just in case the Ice Rod's sitting in there. Just, it'd be like the smallest safety check, just in case.
Yeah, that's fair. And Vanilla Vitreous.
Nice. Maybe this will remind Pikapals of the other Vitreous. No, I like that Bombos usage on GFE's side.
Luckily, he also picked up the cape off the desert ledge too. That helped.
Uh-oh. Oh, yep. Panic cape. There we go. I don't know. Put that back on. Oh, that was close. He missed the slash, and I thought he was going to get nailed. Oh my gosh. Whatever. Vitreous down. Vanilla Vitreous down. And we got Pika's third dungeon down. He's got a lot of catching up to do, though.
Yeah, 3 dungeons for Pika GFE. Once he completes this, will be 5.
Alright, Pika is going...
Looks like Swamp.
Yep, definitely looks like Swamp.
Maybe then chain it with Ice Palace while he's here. Basically get those out of the way.
I would be so... I've already been screwed over by Trinex twice. I'd be so worried about more Trinexes that I'd be really scared of going into dungeons, especially Ice Palace. Get a Trinex and Ice Palace. That's a long haul to get all the way back there. There's another stamp.
Yeah, but you never know until you go in there. You don't want to wait until you get the ice rod just in case. But then
Yeah,
maybe you find it in one of these dungeons too.
I know. I'm just being all scaredy. You know how low probability that is that we're gonna have so many Trinexes. Man, how could that possibly happen? Certainly there's not 3 or 4 Trinexes in this one scene.
Well, we're at 2 so far. And there's at least 3 dungeons we don't know the bosses yet.
You know what? Pika is probably gonna check the left side of Swamp while he's here.
If he does, that's a little bit unfortunate.
Yeah, but there's no way he's gonna find that hint now. That's... Yeah. Oh well. GFE getting his information that he does not have to do purple chest. Very nice. Nice hop over that little water skitter guy. I was surprised he actually didn't take any damage right there.
So no left side right now, whether he actually comes back in or not.
Watch out, Pika, that guy. Okay, you got him. Yeah, I don't know how many items are left in Swamp Palace, but we're about to find something.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to his menuing. I forgot whether the first item was a dungeon item or if it was a item.
I think the first item in Swamp was just nothing. I think it was rupees, rather. I don't know, we'll find out soon. Hey, that's a pretty good item.
Well, we needed those.
That might be a good item.
Well, that makes the smith chain a little bit more appealing. You can fake powder for that before turning it in.
What happened to the enemies in this room? There's only 2 of them. Hey, alright, that's a boss we can beat. Let's go. I mean, we don't have the bow still, but...
Yeah, if only he had the bow
Tempered
for
Spins
this.
Yeah, tempered spins are still pretty strong. Nice. Oh man, I just want to dash through all these guys.
Yeah, at least he doesn't have to do the boomerang strat for this.
Jeez, this makes me really miss the bow. First try. And the green pennant, that's the last item we haven't really seen yet. Boots opens up a good amount. We've got desert. Both items in desert we haven't seen yet. That'll be, of course, the Bonk Rocks and the King's Tomb. Everyone's still avoiding Ice Palace right now. Pikapals is indeed going back in, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a shame, but he didn't have the hint.
Speaking of the bow, GFE showing it off with his bow. 8 shots to the eye is all it takes. There's our map. And our 5th dungeon complete for GFE. Pikapals making the long trek to the left side of Swamp Palace, which there was a hint for in Thieves Town that Pikapals did not get because of the absurdity of trying to hit that switch. I can't necessarily blame him, but it's just really awful that it turned out this way.
I think it's less he didn't want to go through that room multiple times. Would require
Yeah,
an extra time in that room to check the hit and then go back to hit the switch to do the top chest.
yeah, I think he was almost dead by the time he came out of there the first time after going upstairs, so it made a lot of sense.
GFA now seeing that he needs the boots, but he's going to check the hint quickly.
I don't think he ever saw it was on the ledge, so he's just gonna walk down here and check it out.
That makes sense, because he decided to do dark area first before coming over here. So realistically, all we need now is the ice rod.
Yeah, that should be all we need. Yeah, us as a whole, as a collective, all of us together, you, me, and those chat guys. All we need is the ice rod.
But each of the runners has something the other needs. Pika has the boots that GFE needs. GFE has the bow that Pika needs. But I'm pretty sure they'll find each other's items relatively soon.
Yeah, with that hookshot in hand, GFE is gonna have to try really hard to stay out of Swamp Palace. I would definitely go finish up Swamp Palace before going to Ice, probably, in this situation. Pikapals heading up to Desert, we'll get some new information out of here. 2 items that we have not seen quite yet. Pika also has the green pennant. It's kind of far away to go all the way over there to turn that in, but it is something to consider.
I have a feeling that's probably something he does after he gets the bow, if he doesn't find the ice rod yet.
I suppose after Swamp Palace, then GFE will like have the pedestal if he really wants to go pull it. Hooray! Nah, it doesn't really matter. I can't imagine he'll walk all the way over there just for 1 item. It's all dungeons. You're gonna get all the pendants probably pretty quickly, and it's.
I have a feeling if he doesn't do ice, he'll probably go up to Hookshot Cave first. A bit of a walk, but there's a lot of items there compared to the one-offs.
I would love to combine Hookshot Cave with going into Turtle Rock, but then again, if I had the ice rod, I wouldn't care what was in Hookshot Cave anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, maybe he's doing the Smith chain?
That's the only thing I could think of coming up here, because he's already has Skull and Thieves Town done.
And he doesn't have the boots to do Bonk Rocks and King's Tomb.
Yeah, that's true. Pikapals getting bullied a bit by that roller. Decided to go really far off the top of the screen before coming back down. I think we did see 1 item, didn't we? I don't think it was anything too important. Oh, this room kind of stinks. It's just annoying. All this extra crap you gotta kill. But yeah, all this blacksmith stuff is new information that we haven't seen yet. So it'll be good to know. Man, that ice rod is definitely such a hot item right now. I'm pretty sure GFE has like a clear advantage right now. But a really awful ice rod location could help. Also, if ice rod isn't in these extra overworld locations GFE's checking, then that's just more time Pikapals could save if he decides to skip all those. Hey, it's this guy.
Finally get to see one of these fights.
Can he swim in sand? I mean, probably. It looks so silly. The water's flying up after landing. No, man, nothing. I don't think anybody saw what GFE got from the blacksmith, but
We'll see in the menu if there's anything.
yeah, he does have the hint that the purple chest is nothing, so it's nice to be able to forget about that.
We'll see in the next menu, maybe.
I was gonna say, wait, how did I get that hammer out so quick? Pikapals turning into mushroom that he got from
Swamp.
Swamp Palace. Thank you. Yeah, that's right. It was in the waterfall room. It was not the ice rod. It was
Silver's is
silver
pretty
arrows.
nice.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. That's definitely worth the trip.
Okay, no ice rod from the blacksmith, so essentially nothing useful for GFE. Pikapals deciding to do Ice Palace. Interesting choice.
Yeah, it's just, I feel like, I don't know. I guess since Pikapals is missing 2 items, it's worthwhile in his case to try to wait before having the ice rod. There's a lot of checks he can go. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. The unique items underwater. That was probably the boots. Yeah. I mean, we don't really have any direction, like where the ice rod could possibly be. There's no hints, no nothing really that can just point to. We're just gonna stumble across it. I mean, it's just kind of how the ice rod always is, huh?
Yep, usually.
Maybe one of these hints here can possibly help you out. It would be super nice. That's pretty good to find a small key right there. It makes routing in this dungeon a little easier. We'll be able to, in the first cross room with the giant spike, which probably won't be a giant spike. There's a giant spike. There's a wall master too.
Pretty evil
no,
room.
that stinks. That's evil, dude.
Oh, got hit out of the...
Yeah, he had to make some funky movements there to try to get in there before the thing closed on him. But that fire bar was not having it. Alright, is this gonna be a great hint? No, it is not.
It's an amusing hint. I mean, it's not wrong. It said everybody's looking for something.
It's true. Especially our 2 runners here, we really would like to know where that ice rod is. Pikapals going on their dungeon adventure, I would guess, is going to go after this. Probably going to go up to finish Hera, if they're trying to prioritize dungeons, I guess. It's the only thing I can really think of. What is going on here?
Stun guard doesn't want to fall.
He doesn't want to fall. That is some crazy stun if it can like also stun you from taking gravity damage, being affected by gravity.
So GFE finished that Swamp Palace fight a little bit faster with the bow. Sitting at 6 dungeons completed now.
Alright. Looking pretty good here. Hopefully... mushroom? You want to instantly check the mushroom? Nope, we're going to...
Oh, he's checking... No, he's checking the green pendant.
Yes, you're right.
Because Eastern was Trinex, he can't do that yet.
That would make sense. I would hope he doesn't go back to Eastern.
First ever quadruple dip dungeon. Red mail for Pika.
There's a wall master. I honestly thought there was... Oh, there's the gold sword. I honestly thought that there was going to be a wall master in that room because in the previous room to the left of there was a wall master, and wall masters, I think they occupy the entire quadrant. So I was wondering if there was actually going to be one in that room, and I'm glad there was.
So GFE is also going to get his silvers.
Oh wow, he's getting all the firepower right here. Just got both the golden sword and the silver arrows right back to back. Super nice.
And Pikapals just got the hint for what GFE just got. Oh, this is an evil room.
Oh my gosh. That freeze sword enemy probably does the most damage out of these enemies. I guess Pika has red mail, so it's not really that big of an issue. Yeah, I guess all the hints in here were nothing. That kind of figures. Yeah, Chet bringing up a good point. Swamp Palace was loaded with equipment. Had the gold sword, it had the silvers, it also had
The boots.
the boots. Yeah, it's pretty nutty. Alright, Pikapal's gonna have to do this bomb jump here if he wants to get to the middle chest here. It does get it very nicely. It's a piece of heart. No health refill though, unfortunately. I don't know what item number that is.
At least 2.
That's what I'm thinking. Especially because we're still
there's
opening
3.
chests. Gotcha. And GFE's gonna be knocking out the rest of the desert here, so yeah, Runner's just kind of going back and forth, doing what the other has done here, but GFE's just having slightly more luck, I feel. I think he's had that slight aheadness for a good while now and has maintained it for a very long time. Even if he is right now just trailing in Pikapals' footsteps, I think he's still going to find the Ice Rod in an amount of time to still be considered the lead or whatever, if you like.
Yeah, because
throwing that label around.
Pika still has to go up to Hera, then with that bow, go and do Palace of Darkness. There's her third Trinex.
You got to be kidding me. The bottom of Ice Palace? I can't believe this.
So it looks like Pika's going to come up to the mountain, hopefully finally finish Hera, get his bow, and hope he actually continues on to Hookshot Cave and not just immediately quits out.
Yes, please check Hookshot Cave. It's actually looking really good right now, I think. Yeah, I don't, where other, like, off locations do we have where this Ice Rod could be? We know we're not going to find the book, because that's going to be in GT. I mean, I guess Triax can still have it, but whatever.
I saw GFE check King's Tomb. I don't know if he checked Bonk Rocks, but if he did, it obviously wasn't anything. So I don't think they have any other real locations left.
I guess they can pull the pedestal.
Yeah, that's true.
There's still an item over there.
But they're pretty much out of item locations.
Yeah, that's about it, huh? Well, at least if it is in Hookshot Cave, it'll be really convenient. I mean, there's one of the Trinexes is right there.
Also, Zarek brings up a good point of Magic Bat, which Pikapal, well, they both could have checked by fake powdering, but decided not to.
Yeah. I think fake powder really only matters if you can get something crazy early. Well, then again, I mean, finding it before all these Trinexes would have been super amazing, but probably wasn't going to happen.
Well, considering how late they got the mushroom and the cane, but it's more while you were in the area before turning in. It's quick a flute over to there to check.
I guess. I don't know. Pikapals pulls out the Cane of Berna, decides it's not worth the lag, and swaps to the cape instead. Is probably going to feel extremely behind after finding this bow here, but
he'll also probably realize it doesn't really lock much.
Yes.
Just the boss and pod, so
yeah, I think you're right. So shouldn't be feeling too bad, though the double dip into both this dungeon and pod is super unfortunate. yeah, to answer some questions in chat here, we did get a hint that the book does require the cane. So the only cane required spots we haven't seen are on the boss of Turtle Rock and on the right side of GT. So it's highly unlikely. In fact, it is not possible for that book to actually be of any use to us. So sorry, you literature fanatics out there. The book today is not important.
GFE gonna pull ped?
Yeah, it looks like it. He wants to go do this before making the trip all the way up to Death Mountain, I guess. Wants to make sure he's got the ice rod to go ahead and clear out the one of the Trinex up there.
So let's see how much worse this room can get. Oh, that other spike is annoying.
That's not so great. But I think it's actually not in the way. It's gonna be barely not in the way, but he might end up keeping it anyway. Oh, I hope we see the frame that has the pull. It's a red ruby. I think Pikapals is about to get the ice rod.
Yep, there it is. Okay, Pikapals is now officially in go mode at 1 hour 45 minutes.
And it's going to be gaining some time here. GFE's hopping into Ice Palace. Which he will have to do again because he won't have the ice rod. Oh man.
Yep, so that's a time neutral for both runners.
Okay, this might be a little closer than we've actually implied, because Pikapals is going to be knocking out dungeons here. I'm pretty... Oh god, of course there's a Helma Sword right there to knock you off.
Yeah, so Pika is going to do Turtle Rock, probably immediately go to Palace of Darkness, clear out that in Eastern, then he just goes to Ice Palace, clears out the boss there.
I think GFE is going to have a still very slight advantage in time. I think he'll be done with Ice Palace before Pika finishes out the pod boss for sure, which was Blind, I believe. Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, GFE will still be in the lead. Will be probably the whole. Well, I guess at that point it'll be even, won't it?
Yep, and so it'll actually be pretty interesting to see.
Well, no, it won't be too even because Pikapals will have a crystal done here. It's really hard to say. Once GFE finishes this dungeon, and by finishes I mean gets stuck at Trinex, and goes and gets the ice rod because he doesn't have anywhere else to go, we'll have to see where Pikapals is, because this might be actually really close after this is all done.
Yeah, because GFE won't have really anywhere to go after this, so he'll have to come up to Hookchuck Cave, likely do Turtle Rock at the same time, since he's already up here. Since Pikapals is almost at the end of the dungeon already, it looks like Pika will be able to go into Palace of Darkness by the time GFE's probably finished Ice Palace. So I think Pika might actually be in a slight lead now.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's just it just happened that both runners. Whoa, that spike really got some distance there. It just happened that both runners are near last locationing the ice rod. Even Pika's really unfortunate, like, death that probably led to some more unfortunate routing because of, you know, not having the bow. I think it's really great how he still managed to maintain what appears to be a slight advantage after all that downfall.
I mean, it's still going to be pretty close, but considering Pikapals has now finished the dungeon, they have equal dungeons cleared, but it should be relatively quick to clear Palace of Darkness. They both have to still finish Ice Palace and Eastern Palace, so I think Pika will have a slight advantage.
Yeah, I think you're right. Pod really stinks to walk to. It does take a while to go do all that, so I think GFE is definitely going to be done with this before Pika finishes with the Helmasaur boss, but yeah, like you said, we'll just have to see. It's just the double dip of Ice Palace that both runners did really stinks. Man, that is so
They're
much
both,
extra time.
yeah, and both triple dipped Eastern Palace too. Although it's not a super fast, super slow dungeon, but it's still a little bit of a time sink.
Man, I can't guess what I would have done in GFE's shoes. Ice Palace would be really tempting to go to because it's a dungeon you can probably clear. But
Probably clear and
Ice
then find out you can't.
yeah, but then Hookshot Cave is also, it's not that bad to check for 4 items before hopping into a dungeon. But oh man,
It's a pretty long walk up there though.
It really is, yeah. I can't blame him for what he did. It was a really hard decision. Yeah, I can't believe the book wasn't on Trinex, so it must be a GT.
Well, with how fast Pika is getting to the boss here, he might actually be finished this the same time GFE gets to the boss in Ice Palace. Or pretty close to it, so.
Yeah.
GFE's about to find out the bad news.
Can't believe what he must be feeling right now. Oh boy, I'm gonna finish off Ice Palace. I can't wait to finish Ice Palace. Ah, crap.
Yep, there's the slashes.
And GFE has just Hookshot Cave left. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's the last logical location.
Man, I wonder how behind everyone feels. Pika probably feels super behind, just near last locationing that ice rod. What is going on with these lasers? Are they getting stuck on the spikes? GFE just stood at the bottom and shot sword beams up there, so we didn't really get to see or hear what was going on.
Yeah, this room makes it a little bit difficult to fight blind, but I don't think near as bad as Skullwood's. I've seen Skullwood's blind, and that's pretty bad.
Yeah, I would agree with that one.
With Pikapals now finishing pod, GFE is a full Turtle Rock boss clear away.
Yeah, that run all the way through Ice Palace for nothing was kind of stinky.
Yep, so mirror to Eastern Palace, finish off this Trinex, then go through Ice Palace to finish off the last Trinex. I'm interested to see what Castle Tower enemies are going to be, see how bad that is.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do that, aren't there? There's actually a lot of guards in there, so we might get some... There's a lot of, like, holes, too, in some of the rooms. I want to see some getting knocked down holes. That'll be pretty funny.
Interesting, GFE decides to save and quit. Probably to do another dungeon instead of Turtle Rock. To finish on Turtle Rock, but that means another climb up as well. Well, he would have had to climb up again anyways. Or did he not mean to? Oh no, he did, okay. I saw the sword slashes, I wasn't sure if he meant to save and quit.
Well, it's the Trinex mode, I guess. Have to slay the 3 Trinexes to gain access to everything. Man, oh man. So I guess since we're starting to wind down here towards the end, and everyone's just kind of doing what we've already seen. Oh my gosh, this room is so laggy. I feel like what you're seeing here, give these runners a follow. I'm sure they will appreciate it. Pikapals is getting mugged by these pickets. This mini Moldorm is running circles around.
So the slight advantage GFE has is the butter sword. It will clear Trinix a little bit faster, but I don't think it's going to make too much of a difference.
Nah, there's no way that that'll actually make any difference. Any like tangible difference in the grand scheme of things.
I mean, Pikapals cleared that one up pretty quickly anyways.
Alright, now that Trinix is down, we can move on to the Trinix. And GFE is also about to go fight Trinix, and will also be moving on to Trinix afterward.
And then he still has another Trinix right after that.
Boy, I can't wait until we get into Ganon's tower and see what bosses lie there.
Can there be another Trinix there?
I bet you there is. We gotta get the legendary quad necks. Or my personal favorite, hex necks.
I guess the question is whether the other question is, are we going to see Ice Armos area to see if there what boss is there? I hope so.
Trinix on the ice floor is actually really awful. I did get to see that once, and it was actually really difficult to do.
Oh, I forgot about this room.
Gosh, this is awful. No, the
No.
Yeah, you're right. That room really sucks. All right, let's see if GFE gets caught there too.
I wonder if it's worthwhile to do bombos or something to clear most of the enemies.
It might be. Or just cape it through, maybe, too.
That's probably a better option.
There you go. If you take out that red guy immediately, you're not getting pushed away. Oh, watch out! Oh,
He almost got
pushed
grabbed
in.
again, though.
Pika's trying this again. Oh! No,
If he
it
does
wasn't
that
that
cape,
time.
cape through that room, though.
Nice. You know, I did hear that there are some, by I did hear, meaning I've experienced this before too, there's a certain enemy type that actually makes the bomb jump here, like, nigh impossible, because it messes with all the pixels and stuff. I don't remember which enemy it is, but it's so weird that that's actually a thing. What's going on? Oh, right, we had this earlier.
The stun enemy doesn't like to fall. Well, I assume it's because he was stunned.
Maybe he's just naturally anti-gravity. GFE not even caring about the bomb jump. We're just gonna go through. Oh yeah, you still have to open the door. That's right. I think the bomb jump here would still be slightly faster. Because you don't want to go through those doorways and take the stairs all the way down.
I mean, they do have the keys for it, so...
Yeah, it's not going to be an issue, but like that. That's good though. I love the rock on the right side of this room that Pika's in. Everything just because there's like, oh gosh, what's going on with this anti-fairy? He keeps bullying Pika. Because there's like what, 4 jellyfish under there. If you lift it
Yeah.
up, it's scary, and then suddenly they just kind of stay on top of the rock this time. All right, here's our Tri-Nex, our third Tri-Nex fight. I like the whitehead over there. Man, taking out the entire family line of Tri-Nex. It's ridiculous. There's not going to be any Tri-Nex left in the entire world. So we think, right? We still have GT. There's still time. Maybe that's where the Prime Nex lives. The one that gives birth to all the other Tri-Nex. And that is the last dungeon for Pikapals. We'll be heading up to the place. Yeah, so key guesses in, or whatever it is that you guys like to do at this point. Woohoo! Look at all these people flooding chat. A bunch of spammers. Yeah, Pikapals is gonna. Oh, nope, don't go that way. Go this way. That's a good idea. Yeah, we're going in the GT. We're gonna be fighting a couple more random bosses. Just 2 of them, 2 at minimum.
Possibly 3, depending on where the big key is.
Yeah, possibly 3. Hopefully not 3. Hopefully it's not Tri-Nex.
I'm hoping for 3. I at least want to see what that boss is.
That's true. I would like to see that as well. GFE is on Pika's tail, but unfortunately still has to do Turtle Rock. So that's gonna... That's probably gonna do it, right? Even if Pika has to do the entirety of the basement, I think he'll still have a pretty substantial lead. So I think it's high likely Pika is going to get quite the advantage at the end of this, but we will see what happens.
Yeah, it's randomizer. Anything can really happen.
Maybe we'll get a crazy boss that Pika does too, or something. No, I don't wanna curse Pikachu.
Well, we've seen what the Wall Masters can do.
Oh my gosh!
Sudden Wall Master taking him further away from where he wants to go.
A Wall Master in Upper GT would be absolutely awful. Oh man. I haven't personally seen anyone get grabbed by one, although I have heard horror stories. And not having a small key here, Pikapals is forced to mirror out and head off to the left side. Oh my gosh. Yep, there's one. I heard it.
Thankfully, that's early enough that it wouldn't make too much of a difference. There's our 4th bottle.
Nice. Came pre-filled with green. Not too bad. Better than bees.
Another one.
Gosh. I'm actually pulling up my GT map right now to see which quadrant that is, to see which rooms will actually have that. Okay, so it's just the
oh
long
god.
one. Whoa, what's going on? It's so laggy. There's fire everywhere. I like how Pika dashed right there and then stopped like there was going to be the fire bar there to stop him, but there wasn't.
With all the muscle memory that they have.
Yeah, it's absolutely really strong. The muscle memory, it's pretty crazy in whenever you get some crazy stuff like this happening.
So nothing in chest 1 through 9. Let's see what's here.
Not yet. We're one away from checking out that boss down there. Maybe Pika will be a pal and check out the boss anyway.
Well, you wouldn't check that one chest and then mirror to the right side. You would probably check the boss.
There we go. I was just thinking, even if Pika gets the big key, he should fall down just to see the bosses before mirroring. Look at this line now. Get out of here. Whoa. Okay, sure. We'll just go around them. That works.
That sprite.
What is that enemy? That's a penguin. Ah! It's
Mothula.
Well, I'm a little disappointed. Mothula got the last laugh though. Alright, GFE is heading into Ganon's tower here very shortly. The big key seems to be on the right side or in the tile room. It could be a potential play to go to the Stolfo stream to grab keys, then head off right side. We'll see if GFE actually does that though. It could be really close if that's actually what he does, but that's pretty low probability play.
I don't know. Some people like that route.
They're crazy. Now we know we're gonna find the book over here. I mean, I guess it can be a tile room as well. So, oh, look at this! Look at this! Where'd that bomb come from? Oh, there's a Hinox in there.
Oh, this room is so calm compared to vanilla.
Right? Oh, here come the shadows. There we go. Nope, we're not finding that book.
So
oh,
that
are
was chest 18, I believe. And there's the book.
Good, we found it. Now, GFE's reluctant to kill the enemy here makes me think he's gonna mirror on and head to the right side. This is the best thing he could possibly do. This is going to make the race a lot closer than it would have been otherwise. Pikapals still has the clear advantage, going to be coming up here faster, but that's as big a gap closer as GFE could have possibly have done. That's pretty great that he actually did that route. There's so many guards in here, it's so laggy. Ah yes, the hidden grass guard hiding in the tiles. I don't even know what room this is. Oh, that's the second mimic. I couldn't tell without the BMOS in the corners.
Yeah, it does look a lot different.
Speaking of BMOS, there's one right in the center of this room. And a giant spike, but actually got out of there without too many problems.
And GV is about to find his big key. So that saved a lot of time.
Yeah, I'm gonna be really happy with his routing now. He's got everything he wants. He doesn't need to check any of these chests. 4 Gibdos. Luckily, these do die from Silver Arrows. Silver Arrows really help out in this part. When you don't know what enemy's gonna pop up. This is now Mummy's alive.
Good call picking up those arrows. Oh, look, another one.
You're kidding me, dude? Oh my gosh.
He's at least getting the arrow drops.
Yeah, that's good. Ganon is a necromancer, I guess. Hey, there we go. There's something different. GFE into the big door, heading upstairs. I saw some Bombo strats being used. We'll see if he keeps doing that or not. It might save times in a room like this when you have these enemies that are splitting around. Oh, never mind. Pika's just gonna fire rod them. That works just as well. Oh yeah, what's our boss?
Martha times 2.
I'm still disappointed. Ganon saved all of his Worst Guards for last.
Yeah, with no spikes to really prolong the fight, they're too easy. That was a weird sprite glitch.
What's happening to those Gyptos? What are they? What are they? I love this.
Are we gonna have 3 Mothras in GT?
I love how GFE just bombosing all these Gyptos. Just one more than the previous room. He's gotta be like, you gotta be kidding me, dude. Yo, I like that white Stalfos Knight. It looks crazy. GFE sticking with Bombos and Ether, I suppose. Oh yeah, Ether actually is slightly faster, and actually I believe will take out the Gyptos just as well as Bombos will.
So that was a much easier torch room that I saw last Randomizer I did. Last Randomizer I saw was one of the big spikes in that room.
Oh no. Yeah, that sounds awful. It'd be kind of a chore to get around that every time and light things just in time. GFE's probably really happy this isn't a boss that requires magic. Alright, GFE is through Mothula 2.
I'm pretty sure GFE has a blue potion, but unlike Pikapals, he didn't go left side, so he doesn't have a green potion handy.
I like the
Cold stare.
Oh, it's Cold Stare. Well, good thing we have all this magic. Well, if GFE still has a potion when he gets up there, might have to use it. We're looking pretty low here. Well, there's a full magic coming up, so that's not too bad.
Yeah, the full magic in that one key room. Or switch room or whatever.
I don't want to say anything. Pika's looking pretty low on health here, though. Should be able to clean up Cold Stare without too many issues. It was actually really scary. There was a couple moments there where I thought he might get knocked off from the ice chunks flying down.
Not a clutch heart piece.
Yeah, that would have been a great time for a refill. GFE does use the potion right here, so he's 1 blue down. Not sure his potion situation now, but probably still has a red.
If he has 3 bottles, I think it's 2 reds.
Nice.
Although, I forget if it was him or Pikapals that stopped off at the witch.
Well, they both have silver, so they were both there, but well, I don't know actually, yeah, who actually, bought the things. Very nice setup there. Does get both hits in. Not a blue ball gonna stop you. What are these crazy sprites that have been underneath all these enemies?
I'm not sure.
GFE really wants whatever's in this chest. Making a very strange route through this room, getting spiked a bunch for it. I have no idea what item that was, but it didn't get
we
him
don't
his
even
health
get to
back.
see.
Yeah, just bomb most. That'd be a lot easier. You could save time if you were to fire rod here, but you risk getting knocked off if an ice chunk hits you. And I wouldn't want to worry about that one.
And as chat was just pointing out, we still have Ega 1 to do, but because they finished Ega 2, they're basically right here to do it.
Oh, that's true. We still have to do this dungeon, don't we?
Yep, all dungeons.
Yeah, I would assume Pikapals maintains the lead. The slight lead. I don't think it's going to fluctuate way too much in this dungeon.
I think the good thing about doing it this way, is you get a full refill after defeating Ega 1.
Yeah, it's very nice. You'll get all that stuff right before the main event. It's very nice when you're... Sometimes, you can't do it because you have to go through AGA 1 for required, or just maybe crazy routing to get the pod or something. But, yeah, if you can, it's always nice to wait until the very end, just because of that free refill.
So far, a pretty tame castle. I mean, they're pretty well decked out, but 3.5 hearts for Pikapals, and if any one enemy is pretty nasty, he might have to be forced to use one of his potions.
Alright, GFE takes down Aghanim 2. It's going to be following behind Pika here very shortly. Pikapal's getting a little low on health there, but having a red mail and 4 hearts is still enough, in my opinion. As long as we don't get some unfortunate chain chomps or something, we should be pretty okay to finish this out, even with this amount of health.
I think even if there is random chain chomps, he'll quickly use the potion before going after it.
You're probably right. Tektite is just stuck right on that block. It's actually really convenient. Oh, he almost jumped up and hit you anyway. No guards here. Alright, Pikapals on the cutscene. GFE following closely behind-ish. We'll get there pretty soon. Yeah, the health situation seems fine. I don't think it's going to get either runner. And we'll get that free refill for again. And then that'll be... I mean... The gold sword advantage is basically nothing. It shouldn't be a factor at all. I guess it's worth mentioning just because of the semi-closeness of this, but I still don't think it's going to matter at all.
No, at this point it shouldn't, but it was more a case where it's a few less hits on Trinex, it's half the amount of hits on the first 2 phases of Ganon, but with how much the lead Pikapals has, it's probably not going to make that much of a difference.
Boy, the exciting fight that is Aghanim 1. Now, there's very subtle things you can do to speed up this fight. You might not think so because of just the RNG-ness, but Aghanim still has to teleport to his destination. So, on average, the closer you hit him to the center of the room, the less distance he will have to teleport. It's like the most minor time save. This is like frames, but it's actually free. There's no reason not to do it in the fight. There's really nothing else you can do, so you might as well save the frames. Alright, Pikapals is on to Ganon.
Should be pretty easy. He has a lot of potions, very red mail as we've said, tempered sword, silver arrows. Can't see this being too difficult.
Yeah, there's no danger here. We're gonna clean this up in a short time. Pikapals does get a two-phase, first phase, if that makes sense, 2 movement or whatever. Does get the second phase done in 1 cycle though. But all the dangerous parts are done. As long as we don't see a catastrophic failure, Pikapals is looking pretty posed to take this. If both runners are watching IRC, you bet they're sweating right now.
Yeah, who's gonna dot done first? Am I behind or am I ahead?
You just know it has to be close at this point. Holy cow, Ganon, calm down, dude.
Thankfully, it's the same pattern for both runners, so GFE will have to deal with these teleports as well.
Yes, that's the first time you fight bosses in the randomizer, we actually do have seeded bosses, so their RNG will be the same every time. It's a little more it probably won't happen on bosses like Moldor or Mothula because there's so many things that affect their RNG, how they move, but I think on things like Helmasaur and Ganon or something, they're always going to be the same. And Pikapals wins! He's done! He did it!
With official Estral time of 2:18:47. Just as GFE enters the Ganon fight.
Man, oh man, that got so crazy close towards the end. Absolutely ridiculous. GFE really tried to stay in there with that routing kit in Gan's tower, but wasn't quite enough.
So I wonder how close it would have been if it would have made a difference going to Hookshot Cave before Ice Palace.
Well, they wouldn't have had the double dip ice palace. He would have already been done easily. Man, oh man, there were so many just... the heck is going on in Sanctuary on Pika side? Anyway, there were just so many, like, plays that seemed correct that just didn't work out for both runners. It was absolutely ridiculous. The scene was not very nice, and I like these crab statues.
Not very nice for them, but fun for us.
Yeah, I suppose so. We got to see all of the Randomizer shenanigans. I love watching Randomizer. It's so fun.
And 4th hit for GFE.
I think we will see if we can drag both runners in at the same time as we are just finishing up. I think Pikapals will be joining us. We'll have to see if GFE does, as GFE does finish, probably. Okay, yeah, he's done.
GFE finishes within a time of 2 hours, 20 minutes, 30 seconds, a little under 2 minutes behind. So it was pretty close, all things considering.
But yeah, you can't be upset about that. That's as close as they get. All right, and welcome both runners. Pikapals, congratulations on your finish. That was really close, considering.
Hey, thanks. Yeah, that was a close one.
Yeah, guys, thanks, and GG. Faster than I felt like it was.
As you probably, I don't know if you've both been talking at all, but you probably realize that it was the ice rod, of course, that everyone was searching for and just couldn't find.
I mean, yeah, what else would it be?
Right. No, you didn't get that bow for quite a while, but thankfully you didn't really lock anything.
Yeah, the bow is definitely interesting in Randomizer since it only locks a whole one location. But yeah, I just didn't feel like dealing with Vitreous for a while, so I never went back up there.
Well, at least it was the bow and not anything too crazy like the ice rod, I guess. That would have been really convenient to have as early. I think you both double dipped every dungeon that had a Trinex, and I think you both went to Eastern Palace 3 times.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. I kind of forgot that I didn't need the bow for a bit, so I decided I'd go back later, and then that didn't work for obvious reasons.
Yeah, for me, putting off the back of Escape and in the dark just set me back from the beginning.
Yeah, I think you both got you got thrashed by something in the dark. I mean, and see, Dark Escape had that chain chomp that I think ate one of you. In the dark room of Eastern Palace ate another one of you. That was pretty funny. Oh no, you had the lamp for Escape, but there was still a chain chomp there.
Yeah, I had the lamp for Escape. I was so focused on the chain chomp on the right and trying to dodge it that I didn't even know there was a chain chomp on the left that decided to eat me.
GFE, I want to ask you about your Ganon Tower routing. Do you usually do that route, or was that I feel behind, I need to do this thing?
Sort of. I tend to do that more often when I feel behind. Honestly, just like to mix it up depending on how I feel. Decide based on what item I have equipped.
I can understand that. But it definitely caught you back up. It was looking pretty glum, but then you gained back a couple minutes just by doing that, but just wasn't quite it. It was super close though. It was really crazy. I think about the time Pika found the ice rod, you were about to make the choice between Hookshot Cave and Ice Palace. Yeah. It it was pretty intense. And then once you decided to go into Ice Palace without the ice rod, I think that's when we started thinking, man, Pika's just gonna start clearing dungeons, because you had a clear dungeon advantage at that. You had a clear dungeon advantage at that time, but going through Ice Palace twice is not fun.
Yeah, we discussed it on IRC that the fact that he still had to complete Hera, extra reason to head back up to Hookshot Cave, and I think that made a big difference in this seed.
Was there really too much left at that point, though? I don't know.
I had a few things. I hadn't done the Smith stuff yet, and I hadn't done Bonk Rocks. A few small things that I still had to check, but Hookshot Cave was going to be high on the list. Just
I see.
possibly after all that.
Yeah, you were in a pretty clear, just knock out dungeons left and right kind of thing. So we figured more earlier than not you would head up there to find that bow and probably go check out the Hookshot Cave while you were at it.
Yeah, there are a good 6 items up there, so I figured at least one of the 2 items I needed would hopefully be there.
Just turned out both were.
Oh, Pika, did you I did want to ask about the hint in Thieves Town. You got bullied out of that crystal switch. You figured I guess you figured it wasn't worth it to head back up there and check it after barely managing to get out of there with your life.
No, I never checked the Thieves Town hint, but yeah, that
Oh, really?
that Thieves Town that room was something. Like 4 spikes just ready to ruin your day if you move anything.
Well, if you weren't aware, it was actually the Western Swamp Palace hint, which was it felt pretty important at the time because we were running out of spots, and then you were the first one to go into Swamp Palace, and then after you found the mitts, we were wondering, oh, well, geez, are you gonna go any further? Like, it really devalued Swamp Palace because there were only like 2 items in there now instead of the 4 or so normally.
Yeah, at that point, I was half expecting mitts to be there because it feels like anytime you're that far in a seed, mitts are probably in Swamp Palace. Though admittedly, that's probably because I always put off Swamp Palace. So it's the highest value location at that point. But yeah, I was 50-50 on like, should I go? It'll take forever. I don't want to. Let's just leave.
All right, so let me take a look at. We're just looking at the brackets here. Does that even you both up? It looks like that'll be 5 wins for both of you after this.
Yeah, it looks like I'm 5-4 and he's 5-5, so pretty much even.
Oh wow. So
Yeah, this was a very important match. Our group, Vanta's pretty much got first tied up. Fight for
Yeah.
second's pretty rough in this group.
yeah, it looks like you both are just going to be going at it. It's going to be super close between the 2 of you, I'm sure, if the result of this race was, any indication.
Yeah, we're both going at it, and Zyrak definitely still has a chance. T-Stu probably still has a chance. It's a rough race for second.
All right, well, unless we have anything else we want to get to, I guess we can start wrapping it up here as the credits are just about to the end.
Well, I will mention my favorite part of this seed was that Helmasaur fight in Skull Woods.
Oh yeah.
I'd never seen that before.
You haven't seen the legendary helicopter?
Be terrifying.
Yeah, I think I've seen a clip of it pop up once, but I've never actually had it happen.
It was pretty good. We had a good number of helicopters. Or we had a good number. I think we had 2 Helmasaurs or so. And it was really funny watching one of you fight Helmasaur in Thieves Town, and then the other one fight Blind in Palace of Darkness. That was pretty funny. right. So, are there any other matches tonight?
There's one just finishing up on ALTTPR. But otherwise, that's it for tonight in terms of restreams.
Oh, before you guys close out, let me just give a big shout out and thanks to both of you for your commentary. Thanks to the tracker and to the SG crew as always.
Yeah, thank you so much for scheduling the race at exactly the time that we were going to commentate. It was really nice. Everything worked out. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's it. Anything else you want to get out there, Pika? Congratulations on your win again.
Yeah, thanks. No, just GG again to GFE. Looking forward to the next race, and sorry for making this start like half an hour later than it should have.
GG, man. That's alright.
All right, that'll just about do it for us then. Thank you all for watching tonight. The next tournament race that will be restreamed is going to be right in early at 7:30 a.m. Eastern time on Speed Gaming 2. So if you are awake at that hour for some reason, tune in. You'll be able to watch Rywek versus Gus. And I think that's just gonna do it. Iceman, thank you so much for commentating with me. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun commentating with you. The seed was a lot of fun to watch. GG to both runners. Also, again, thanks to TRSU for tracking. Great job.
Yeah, if you like what you saw, give the runners a follow. I'm sure they, if this race was any indication, they put on a good show here. It was super close. Can't ask for too much more than that. And yeah, I think that's gonna do it. So take care, guys. Have a good evening.
Good night.